Good morning and welcome to Alice's restaurant. Somebody here was just crying because I had the audacity to change her diaper. Alright, I had a question about Alice's setup here with her high chair. We don't have a sort of standalone regular kind of high chair. We decided to go because we have a small house and a very small kitchen space that we use for most meals. We do have a dining room also, which I'll show you in a second, but what we decided to do was go with this travel high chair that is made by Inglesina, and basically it just attaches to any table. The handles spin. Jen, Information Mommy, has she demos this because she has the same chair, but basically like these handles spin so that the chair is totally secure to the table, but it could work with just about any table or countertop. Alice likes it. She loves being on eye level with us. Mike and I usually, pardon the clutter, Mike and I usually sit here right with her, so she's really close to us. It has a 5-point harness. There's a buckle here, and it goes down and Velcros. This this is like a, I don't know, nylon or something. It's totally machine washable, and that's pretty easy to do. The whole thing weighs maybe, I don't know, a few pounds. So in theory you could take it to a restaurant, you could take it in your luggage, when traveling, whatever. It has a little pocket back here where we keep like washcloths and extra bibs and stuff. And the last time I washed it, the high chair, the fabric part got caught in the laundry door, which has never happened to me before, but it got a little tear there. But in general, like, the fabric holds up pretty well, I think. What do you think? Okay, so then we use a splash mat just underneath her. We only need about half of it to cover, the zone where she drops stuff. This is made by Cushies. It's just sort of a wipe off. You could just use a cheap tablecloth too, but this one I think we registered for. And then, let me get Alice suited up in her bib. Alright, there she is. So this is a sleeved bib. It's also made by Cushies. And you see it has like the pocket to catch any food that she drops. We tend to tuck this in between the chair and the table to sort of protect that buckle area so she doesn't play with the buckle, so she doesn't drop stuff down on her lap. So that's what we usually do with it. But this is also a wipe off. You can also machine wash it, but usually I just rinse it in the sink and then hang it up to dry, and it's dry for the next meal. Especially with baby-led weaning, Alice tends to make a really big mess. So this way, all of her clothes are really well protected. Yeah. And this is another bib we have that's the exact same style, but it's made by Bumpkins. Right now it's too big for Alice, so we only use it if the other one is really soaking wet or something. But this will get rotated out as she grows. This one ties in the back, and the Cushies one that she's wearing is Velcro. It's a bit easier. So this is after some steel cutouts and banana. And all the mess is pretty much contained to the bib and the table here. A little bit on the face. We'll do a quick wipe, I think. The only thing that made it to the mat were the spoons, but no food in this particular meal. And then I saw one piece of banana fall down next to her leg, so I'll just wipe out the seat when she gets out too. And I usually machine wash the fabric part of the cover about once a week, and every few days I'll just loosen these and slide it over and be able to clean the table really well underneath these, but otherwise everything just wipes down. Let's get your washcloth. So I just slipped the bib off her sort of reverse ways so that I can unbuckle her and slip her out, and that way all the mess is contained and she doesn't get back into it, and I can just lift her out and then clean up the rest. Okay, so the bib is rinsed out, and we installed just a simple little hook on the bottom side of our cabinets that we can hang it from to dry, and it either hangs over the drying dishes or right over the sink, so that's kind of a nice space saver too. Hey Alice. Okay, so this is our dining room, and this is another thing we use to sort of save space. This is a Prince Lionheart, I think that's the brand. It's the Bebe Pod, and it's sort of an alternative to the Bumbo seat, which we had. I got as a hand-me-down, But at the end of last year, I actually found out about this on the very last day, otherwise I would have shared it with you guys. But this company, Prince Lionheart, had an exchange where you could, bless you, you could send in your Bumbo for free and exchange it for this Bebe pod. So that's what we did. What I didn't like about the Bumbo is I didn't feel like it was very safe. We could only use it on the ground, and even down on the ground, Alice could still sort of squirm or like lunge her way out of it. We definitely never used it on any elevated surfaces, but I know people do, and I know there's been some injuries that way. Whatever. It just never really worked for Alice. This one, surprisingly, is a lot better. I wanted to do the exchange primarily because of the straps, so the baby is strapped in there. Also, as you can see, has straps on the bottom and around the back, so you can attach it to a dining chair, and it's totally stable. I mean, right now the whole chair is moving. This thing doesn't budge from the chair. So what we've been doing when we have company or when there's more than just me and Mike to eat, we've been using this chair. I just put a kitchen towel to protect the chair itself. But Alice can eat in here. This little pommel comes off, and you can put a tray in its place. Clips in. And then there is a washable mat. I think that's really cute. This is red with the watermelon. I think it's adorable. So Alice can, we put her food right on there. She's right up at the table with us on our level again. She can sit here and eat her food. She's totally secure. And then when she's done eating, kind of a cool feature, you can take the mat away. And it came with this toy that snaps in, so it can keep her occupied while we're finishing eating. She can still be hanging out in there and be entertained. So I thought that was really neat. And then of course, when we're not eating or when people aren't around, we can, unhook this and just use it on the floor, just as a regular seat or toy or whatever. And that is how we have Alice's restaurant set up. Alice, clap. Yeah. Yay. Cat. Cat.